Hey everybody, I had a really interesting and enlightening lunch yesterday with a gentleman named Bill Kapner. Bill is CEO and founder of RainKing. RainKing is a Bethesda-based company that has basically built out a gigantic database of IT decision makers categorized by the company they work for, their role in the organization. There's literally an org chart that you can click on to find out what their responsibilities are in the IT organization, what IT projects are actually being funded in that company and in that organization, and of course contact information so you can get in touch with them. And then they sell a subscription to that database to anybody who's selling to the IT department. They're growing very rapidly. Bill and I had a great conversation about the topic of what you get from listening to your customers. And that's my whole elevator rant platform, which is that the more you listen, you can understand what your customers are complaining about on the elevator when you're not around. You really need to look at the world from their perspective. So Bill has made a habit of doing that over the years, but he made a point about the good kind of listening and the other kind of listening. The good kind of listening is listening, taking it in stride. Just because the customer said it doesn't make it true or doesn't make it something that you have to react to, but synthesize it and aggregate it with other data points before you act and make decisions on it. The other kind of listening is the very sort of whack-a-mole reactive listening where someone says, this prospect said that they'll buy if we do this to the product, or this customer said they'll renew next year if we make these changes. And so that's obviously coming from a perspective of making the next sale, not growing the business overall. And so you have to keep in mind the source, which is probably a salesperson or an account manager of some sort. But that kind of customer feedback is not the type that you go away and you say, wow, we really need to take a hard look at this and act on it. Over time, if you have a lot of customers saying it, that's a different story. That's the kind of feedback from a customer where you have to get a lot of other data points and you have to get perspective and see how it fits into the overall vision and trajectory of the business. That's when you get the CEO and the CFO and the CTO and the head of product and the head of sales and customer support perhaps in a room, and you hash it out. You know, maybe once a quarter you go through the things that have popped up and that may be insights that you can use in growing the business. So I thought Bill was making a great point. Check out RainKing if you have a chance. It's rainkingonline.com, RainKing online.com. That's all for now. I'll keep you posted.